Yo, Sophia! What's good, man? Episode 4. I'm
Hi.
so excited to be back. It's been 2
I'm
long weeks.
excited.
Ooh, I'm
I'm
excited.
excited for you.
You should be excited.
Welcome
This was
back.
a blast. Thank you. Thank you. I had a lot of fun. As you can see.
Yeah,
A good
now I
amount of
can
fun.
see.
A good amount of fun. Also repping the t-shirt
Mm-hmm.
for final round championship. Shout out to Troy Green for putting on a hell of a promotion this weekend. Had the opportunity to go out and compete in a Muay Thai tournament in which I won the belt. Won my fight on Saturday. Thank you. And won my fight on Sunday. It was a ton of fun. The coolest thing, it wasn't even the winning part. The coolest part was the amount of people who came up afterwards, like spectators and other fighters who came up to me and said that I had one of the best fights of the weekend. That was the coolest part, that we put on a show and that everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So that was the coolest part, but we're here to talk about you.
Oh, but I want to talk about you too.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
What do you want to talk about me about?
Yeah. I want to know. So obviously, some of my girlfriends and my ladies are watching this thinking, what is he talking about?
Okay, so for people who don't know,
Yeah.
Muay Thai is kickboxing on crack, in this meaning that you can use elbows and knees, and you're allowed to clinch, which would mean that you're able to grab the other person by the neck and then knee them precariously in the abdominals or in the thigh, mostly in the abs though, because that hurts. That is what I did best. So my hands are so-so. My kicks are really good, but I suddenly forgot how to kick while I was in the ring. So the biggest thing that I leaned on was a lot of clinch work, and that's how I won both fights. I fought Muay Thai. So anybody who watched the fight and think that maybe I lost the second one, which I took quite the beating, and he hit like a fucking freight train. Shout out to Jonathan Jones. I know you follow the podcast now, so if you listen to this, man, shout out to Jonathan Jones. He hits like a fucking freight train. But yeah, the reason why I won both fights is because I just fought more Muay Thai, which means that I was mixing up the combinations, so punches and kicks evenly, initiating the clinch, meaning that I was the one grabbing him. I wanted to be there versus he didn't want to be there. And always walking forward. So I ate a bunch of shots and just never took a step back. That's also huge in Muay Thai as well. So it was in Ardmore, Oklahoma. So we made the trip up there. It was me, Philip, and Luke. Shout out to Philip. He was episode 2. They came out. They didn't even ask me where it was or when. I told them I was doing the tournament. They both just said, hey, we're down. And so I just had to hit them up, let them know.
That's good friends.
Oh, yeah, dude. It was a blast. So they ended up coming with me. It was cool walking around with a little entourage. My hands are wrapped up. I got Philip behind me and Luke behind me. Both are absolute killers. So that was cool. It was a good time. It was then afterwards when we won the belt, went out to the casino. I carried around the belt, fancy, fancy. Yeah, so I carried around the belt in the casino. Got free dinner because of it. So shout out to Winstar.
I was gonna say you had to have gotten something. You had to have gotten something.
I had a bunch of people ask me like what it was for, the whole 9 yards. So that was really cool. I've been wearing it pretty much everywhere I've went the last couple of days. To people who I knew wanted to see it, so I wore it to work today. People wanted.
You need to milk that. Park in like a handicap spot and walk out with your belt and just be like, I can do anything now. Do you know who I am?
Right. I had my week. It's time to get back to work. I'm excited to work out again. I'm excited to train again. I gained about 15 pounds this week. Since weigh-in on Sunday, I've gained 15 pounds.
Oh, we want to talk about gaining weight. So my birthday was last weekend. For those who also don't know me, my name is Sophia Perez, and I have a business called Phierce Fitness. We had this huge event, and we also mixed it with my birthday this past weekend. So while you were out there punching bad guys, or good guys, I don't know.
They were good guys. Both of them were great guys. I follow both of them on Instagram now.
And I ate everything. I weighed myself today. I didn't want to. I weighed myself today and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I feel that.
But it's nice when you have like a healthy way of thinking about it. Like you've gained it. It's mostly bloat.
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. It's just eating all, drinking, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can take it off. You can work it off.
You're just you can do it in reverse equally as fast.
Yeah.
Like all you gotta do is just go back to eating right, a couple of days of working out, and boom, you're right back to where you were. Because like you said, it's mostly just bloat, which is exactly what it is. It's just a lot of bloat, a lot of excess calories that the body doesn't know what the fuck.
I'm like, speaking of bloat.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So Sophia didn't want to drink by herself, guys. So she's got me drinking a Mike Hard lemonade. Shout out to them. I don't know if we're allowed to do that or not, but here's this.
And Corona.
Shout out to Corona as well. Also, don't know if we're allowed to do that, but they'll be okay.
We're doing it.
So she didn't want to drink alone, so she's got me drinking this Mike Hard's lemonade, and then I have let's see, what am I backup plan? I have a Cayman Jack margarita. Oof, man, this is what happens when you don't drink in months. You get fucked up on a Mike Hard. On a Mike's Hard, yep. That's how it is. That's how it goes, man. That's how we met. Was a very drunken night. Oh. I remember that. Do you not remember that? Which one? I remember getting drunk with you multiple times. I think multiple times. I sound like a raging alcoholic. I swear I hardly ever drink anymore. It takes like one or two and I'm good. But back when we met, I think it was New Year's, because I remember being in a gown and like we had to stay the night at John's house. So John invited us over and you and Philip were there. And you guys were just so funny. And I'm one of those people. First off, I'm a people person. I just love people. You don't say. I say that loosely. I don't love everyone, okay? Let's be real. But I remember sitting there and just chatting forever. And we were just cracking jokes and laughing and having such a good time. And that's the type of person I am. When I drink, I am just like lovey-dovey. Happy. Is that the night we played? Oh man, what's that drinking game that John specifically plays in order to just get everyone fucked up as quick as possible? Is that what it is? I'm just kidding. No, Twister. With the red spots. No. Damn it, Sophia. That would be fun and dangerous. That would be dangerous. But, yes, so... We played a game? Did we? I think we did, yes. One that involves cards, I believe. Oh my gosh, Irish poker. Yes, that one. Yes. Explain that to the people listening, because that game's a motherfucker. Yes, so Irish poker, now it's been a while, okay, but everyone gets a certain amount of cards. I want to say like 4 or 5 or something. Something like that. The first one, you have to guess if it's like red or black. Yes. Okay. And then if you're wrong, you drink. Mm-hmm. And then like the second card, now they're all facing down. And then the second card, you have to guess if it's higher or lower than the first card. And then you have to guess the suit. Suit. There we go. The suit. I've had too much to drink, you see? No, but you have to and then I forgot what the last one is like. You have to guess if it's between, the number is between the 2 cards in front of it. Yeah. Yeah. In between. If it's in between, right? In between, yes. Yeah. So like if one card's a 3 and the other card's a 10, you have to guess if the last card is inner or outer. Is that what it's called? Yeah. I feel like there's a phrase for it. I always say, and it's because I said it one time when I was intoxicated, and it's kind of become a thing. John even says it, and it's in between or out between. In between, out between. It's either in between or out between. It's one or the other. There's no in between. One of those. Yeah, but I mean, I don't play those games anymore because, like I said,
It's 1 and 2, and
well, you're also a grown adult with like 6 kids at this point.
Yeah, I do have a child. Beautiful little girl. She's 2 years old, and she is all my attention. Like,
wait, it's just the one?
Yeah, and I mean, I have dogs. I have dogs.
I could have swore you had more than one.
No. Matt and I always said we were just gonna have one, and then now we have one, and we feel almost obligated to have another one, but we haven't done it because we just feel like we both were like just one. And now we're like, she's at an age where we're getting some freedom back. So we're like, do we or not? No, yeah, no. So we're just kind of like, we don't know. We say one and done, and then we see another baby, and we're like, oh, who knows, really.
So everybody listening, Matt is her husband, who also happens to randomly work with my Muay Thai coach, and they're both boys. Mm-hmm. So oddly enough, I know
Brandon, right?
Yep, Brandon Little.
Small world.
Shout out to Mr. Little. So oddly enough, I know Sophia and Matt from other friends, and then I now know Matt because he knows my Muay Thai coach. So small world, and y'all live so far south too, so it's even crazier that they know each other because Brandon lives up here. And so I always thought that was crazy. And another thing I want to point out, if you're watching this on the YouTube version, it doesn't look like I'm looking at her or at the camera, but she's on this screen here, and the camera is over here, guys.
Why aren't you looking at me, damn it?
So if you're watching this thinking like, what the fuck is this guy paying attention to? I am looking at her. It's just the camera is over here. I don't know. Roth thought that would be a good aesthetic idea so that he could put this plant in the background. So he wanted to go ahead and put his new plant in the background because he's super proud of his adulting plant.
Oh my gosh.
He put that in the background, and he strategically put the camera to only get my side profile, but definitely gets the whole plant. That is for sure. So I just wanted to clarify that for everybody who's watching it on YouTube.
Good friend.
If you're watching it on Spotify, sorry, that meant nothing to you. So let's dive into it a little bit. So I think we kind of broke the ice there. I think we got a little warm up. So as she stated very briefly, Sophia owns or has begun a company, I guess technically owns that company, called Phierce Fitness, where she does live workout videos primarily for female clientele of all fitness levels. And you can have no equipment at all. You can watch her on Zoom and participate in the actual live workout, or you can do the workout later on if your schedule makes it to where you have to do that. They're all recorded, and then you can watch it later and do the workout on your own. She has a full-blown website, Instagram, the whole 9 yards. So I will let her kind of talk about that, and then we'll kind of dive into how that started in the whole 9 yards. So go ahead and I guess kind of talk about your program, what it is that you do, the clientele that you're specific for, and
so I would say definitely really focused on women, and mostly people with like busy schedules. It is a fitness routine that is done. So we do classes Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Central Time live. If for some reason you can't make a workout because traffic, sick kid, whatever the situation is, all you do is send me an email and I will send you the recorded version of that workout. I do make sure that every workout is different. I change it up. I want to make sure that no one gets bored. And I think that's one of my biggest things is I have tried everything. I have tried all sorts of workouts. I've tried gyms. I've tried Planet Fitness. I've tried Golds. I've tried it all. And I've tried, at-home workouts too. And I just felt bored of hearing someone, okay, now 2 more reps, 1 more. And I just got bored. And I felt like the people weren't energizing me the way I wanted. I wanted certain music. I wanted like that back that ass up, like fun, or like 90s, or just something that kept my attention and kept me involved. And I felt like it was not out there. I didn't like Camp Gladiator. I tried it, bored. I didn't like, and I'm not trying to talk shit about these. It just didn't work for me. You know, it works for a lot of people. It just didn't work for me. And so after I had my daughter, I worked at Orange Theory. I worked at Gold's Gym, and I taught cycle classes and burn classes and all sorts of stuff. And it just, I felt bad working with people, even personal training. I felt like some of these women needed more than just a workout program. They needed a friend, and they needed someone to really motivate them and like spend more time with them instead of being like, okay, lift that, and now lift that, now run this. Okay, we're done. Give me your money. Bye. You know? And I felt like I just wanted to provide people with more of a real relationship, you know? Sure. So with Phierce Fitness, we have like a personal group chat where we all share like, we share memes, we share gifts. Wild, we talk about our lives, our kids, our nice. I have people who will, you know, message me on the side and ask me, you know, we just develop a relationship that's just deeper than just being a coach.
The men's slaughter fest in that group chat, huh? It's a men's slaughter fest in that group chat, huh?
No boys allowed, for sure. Yeah.
Just over there being slandered.
Yeah. Everyone. No, but I think like, I mean, I just wanted it to be accessible to women of all ages, all sizes, all schedules. I have people who work as police, Austin Police Department, and their schedules change all the time, and they can't just say, okay, I'm going to work out on these days every time. So they're like, hey, send me a recording, you know, send it. So it's a big, you know, variety of people. Different sizes, some with children, some with not, some are nurses, they're just busy. So yeah, I mean, I could talk about it forever because I love it. It's my passion.
That's what we're about to do.
Yeah. I was born for this, and I love it.
So is this what you do full time now?
It is.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. So when I worked with Gold's Gym, I ended up leaving them. There was a lot going on with COVID at the time.
Yeah.
And they had to let us, like, they had this freeze, and it just opened my eyes that I didn't want to go back, you know, and even though I loved it and I loved the people, I don't know if you guys are religious, anyone hearing this, but I just felt like a spiritual awakening in a way that said, girl, I had dreams about it. I had all sorts of crazy stuff that was like, do it. Like, just do it. I would see signs that was like, do it. Go now. Go for it. If you have a goal, do it now. If you want to be a businesswoman, do it now. And like all this stuff was just like screaming in my face. And I felt like the universe and God or whoever you believe in was telling me, like, you need to do this. You were born for it. So I quit. I talked to my husband. He said, go ahead, do it. Why not? And one thing I love about Matt is he's always been supportive. He will be like, he knows me, and there's never any doubt. He's like, if you want something, you're going to do it. So, okay.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Shout out to Matt. What a trooper, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, okay, so you kind of have this, I guess, realization that you wanted to do something kind of more personable. You didn't want to continue to just take people's money but have no relationship with them.
Yeah. I mean, you develop somewhat, but it's just different.
It's not the same. Sure.
Yeah.
And also you understand what they're being charged and then what you're getting paid. That's a big difference too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Shout out to Golds. Yeah, no, I know all about that, man. So let's back up real quick. So you said
Sure.
You said that you when you were training these people, you felt like they needed more. Was there something in particular that made you realize that, or was there like a client in particular? Was there something that happened where you were like, oh, I get it now?
Oh yeah. I feel like I have this personality where I think people, I don't know if it's my face, I don't know if it's the way I come across, but people want to tell me what's going on, right? Okay. And I felt that, and I could tell. So I would say like, hey girl, something seems like it's on your mind. Like, are you okay? What's going on? Oh, nothing. And I'm like, okay, don't worry about it. I can tell that you seem distracted. And then boom, word vomit. Tell me everything. And then, yeah. And it was like, I am a certified life coach, health coach, personal trainer, all these things. So I'm ready. Like, you want to throw something at me? Let's go. Let's talk. So I had 3 specific clients telling me about issues that were going on in their personal life. And it was like, all right, my next client's here. I got to go, and it felt, I felt so bad because, and then I'd be like, okay, well, when do you want to schedule again so we can finish this conversation? And it was just like, it just, they're on it just sucks. It just sucks. And so, I mean, I had about 3 different clients that made me realize that they needed more. And when I left Gold's, they came with me.
Oh, I don't know if we're allowed to say that. But
yeah, they did. They did. And you know what? They came with me. I didn't take them. They didn't know I was leaving. I didn't know I was leaving. I told my manager that I needed to give them my notice. And she was like, oh, okay, well, you're done. You're done. Oh, yeah. You can just leave. Yeah. And I was like, my heart was broken. I felt personally attacked, but apparently that's a thing that they do.
That's usually how it goes.
And they were,
go ahead, sorry.
And I've heard it was because they don't want you. People are showing up to my classes because most of them, not all of them, but some of them it's just time availability. But people were showing up consistently because they liked me and we developed a relationship. Mm-hmm. So if I say I'm leaving, they're going to say, where to?
Yeah.
And then Gold's is fucked. Yeah. Well, I left, but I had already befriended all of my clients and my members on Instagram.
Smart move.
Because like I said,
though. It wasn't like a ploy or it wasn't a business plan. You were genuinely being their friend.
Yeah.
So I don't know necessarily that it was so much that they needed more or that you're just really good at what you do. Because they probably could have had another person.
Hold on, sorry. Can you say that again?
Yeah. Because they probably could have had another personal trainer that they wouldn't have had that same experience with. But they would still got to work out. So I don't know necessarily that it was that they necessarily knew that they needed that. It's just that you're really good at being very personable and getting that kind of stuff out of them. And through that, you realized your own potential. And that the potential of what you could do with your brand and with your company and how you could be different from other fitness coaches and or working at a corporation and someone coming in there and hiring you through their corporation or whatever it may be. So I feel like it was more so you just figured out your own potential. And you realized...
I love that.
Yeah, you realized what you were good at. And so here you are. So you took what you're good at and you found a way to market it and profit from it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great thing to do. That's what we're all trying to do. I mean, that's what this podcast is about. This is what everything's about.
Yeah.
It's all about trying to find something that we're good at, so good at it that people enjoy it so much that they support it, that it brings different opportunities for like going forward, the whole 9 yards. So that's really cool though. So you do this full time. You now have a decent clientele list. I saw the picture from your birthday, by the way.
Yeah.
That's super cool. There was like, what, 10, 15 people there that met up at Silger?
There was it was more like 25.
Ooh, my bad. The picture looked a little small.
Hey.
Dang. That's crazy.
It's crazy. And some people were like, I don't know you. I don't know anyone who knows you. I just found your Instagram and I saw that you said
what? And they showed up?
You were having, and they brought friends and they all signed up. Yeah.
Sophia, that's so cool.
I was blown away. When I left, I was sitting in the car and with my sister and my best friend. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Ashley. But I was sitting in the car and I was like, holy cow. And my sister's like, what? Did you forget something? You know? And I'm like, I just did that. I wasn't nervous. I just did it. And it felt so natural and so fun. And it just, again, like another just weird awakening. Like, wow, this is meant to be.
Dude,
yeah.
That is incredible. Because
yeah.
a lot of people would have been too nervous to even post something like that. I would still be even a little too nervous to post it. Like, to do something like that, to go out and put yourself out there. Because, like, what if no one shows up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what if no one shows up? That would be devastating.
Yeah. I literally told my friend, if 4 people show up, I'll be happy.
Oh.
And she's like, oh my God, Sophia.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Like, how could you expect 25 people to show up?
Yeah.
That's insane. 25 people took the time out of their day to show up to your event to see Sophia Perez. That's fucking dope.
Yeah,
That's
it's
incredible.
crazy. It's crazy. I feel like one of the things is because I do try to be like real. Like
sure.
On my Instagram, I try to post like with Phierce Fitness. For those of you who can't see me, I have purple hair.
She does. It's very purple. It's also pretty fucking awesome, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. I try to be like different from what everyone, like when you see a personal trainer, I feel like a lot of them are just and wearing their Gymsharks and flexing. And I'm not the most fit person in the world. Like I still have a goal that I'm trying to reach. I was 250 pounds when I had my daughter, and I'm 5'3.5", so I'm short. 250 pounds. Before that, I was in the best shape of my life at 170, but having a lot of muscle for my size and my height. A lot of me was like more firm. So my goal after I had my daughter was like, I need to just get back to 170, right? So I've lost 80 pounds and I'm just trying to lift and get solid again. But I want to like I lost my train of thought, but I want to make sure that I'm being real and honest and transparent and uniquely myself, which means I'm a weird person. Okay. I spent a lot of time
the best people are weird. The best people are weird. Let's be honest.
The best people are weird.
The weird people are the non-weirdos.
Yes. I'm just a normal weird person.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. I think it's normal. It's normal to be a certain amount of weird.
So John, you know John, right?
Of course.
My best friend, John. Hey John, what are you doing?
Fraustro. Shout out to John Fraustro.
Yo. So John has said something to me one time and I was like, oh shit. Because I go, who's the weird person in our friends group? I was like, no, so-and-so's fine. So-and-so's. And he goes, Sophia, if you can't find the weird person, you're the weird person. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. I am the weird person.
It's okay. I accept it. I know that I am. I've seen what I've I know what I do when I'm alone and smoking a little too much. I've seen what I do in my own apartment by myself. I know I'm a fucking weirdo.
I'm a weirdo. Yeah. Us weirdos got to stick together.
Oh, for sure. Dude, it's bad. It's embarrassing. If anybody's seen me what I do by myself, it's bad.
I mean, I think it's good to accept it though, because I remember I used to work at this place with a bunch of snotty girls. I don't want to talk about it much, but there was this one girl and I was talking to someone else, not her. There was this guy I used to always talk to. And so one day I was sitting there and we were just chatting and laughing, and I was going on all these different topics because that's how my brain works. Mm-hmm. Like talking about something, get distracted and come back. Mm-hmm. You know, that's just how I work. Yep. And as I'm talking, she was like, "You're so weird." And I was like, but the way she said it was like Mean Girl style. You know what I mean? Now, listen, I'm weird, but I'm crazy. Yeah. That is why my logo is a unicorn, because I always tell people the horn is a weapon. Okay? Don't mess with me. I'm cute and glittery and bright, but don't mess with me.
Not to
so she was like,
everybody in your friend group is a bunch of killers.
Yes, yeah. My girls, they're all a little feisty.
It's not even just that. It's all the dudes you know.
Oh, I do. Yes.
Yeah. That's a whole problem. That whole group is a problem.
Yeah. Mess with me.
They got to deal with John, and then anything left over, I guess maybe I'll handle. But
John, he's not easy to piss off. There's been plenty of girls that he should have been mad on my behalf for. But he's been like, oh man, that's crazy.
He's gonna RKO a freaking female, like what?
Like, I need you to punch her, John. God dang it!
I need you to hit her with a hook.
God, get with it. No, but yeah. So this girl, she was like, "You're weird," and her face was all like, "Ooh, I'm mad," right? And I go, "Oh." I'm sorry. Did you think I was like the rest of you? I'm sorry, I'm not a basic bitch. Spicy. Hey, come at me. Gonna be swinging.
What'd she say?
She was taken back. She didn't say anything. She turned around and started working.
Isn't that the best when you just go straight?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jugular? You go straight for the jugular and then it's a wrap.
Not like the rest of you.
That's the only way I.
Yeah. Everyone has a little bit of weird in them.
Oh, for sure. That's what I said.
And I feel like
weirdos.
Yeah. I think everyone needs to embrace it.
Yeah, I agree. I want to clarify. I want to clarify. Everybody knows I love my dog and I live with my dog. No, the weird stuff doesn't involve the dog. Okay, not that kind of weird. I'm a normal weird. Not that kind of weird. I just wanted to clarify, because Jeffrey over here is laughing, talking about the dog. Like, nah, get the fuck out.
I've seen your dog giving us a few winks in the camera when you take it for a walk. It's like, hey, save me, SOS.
She loves the walks for sure. And she now wakes me up at 4. Like, she's up and ready to go at 4.
She's ready.
She's ready.
Yeah.
She knows what time it is. She's becoming a little pain in my ass. The days I want to sleep in, she's like, nope. Granted, though, I have been making it to about 6 lately. She has been letting me sleep till about 6.
That's good. She's learning.
That is good. So this is the room. So for everybody who's watching on YouTube, this is the room where it all goes down, huh?
Yeah. I do exactly what we're doing here. I have the camera. I'm usually actually standing up doing the movement, and we have a timer.
So and you're not all sitting that down stuff. And doing it?
Huh?
You're not just sitting there and doing the workouts?
You know, I'll be honest. There was a few times when I had COVID and I was trying to show up, and I was just like, hey guys, it's me again. Let's work out. Like,
it was bad?
Oh, I had it bad.
You had the bad?
I got it. Case of COVID? I had all the symptoms.
Do you lose your taste and smell?
Yes.
How long?
Like 3 weeks.
Oh, what is that like? What is it like eating and not being able to taste anything?
Pointless. Pointless. I'm so mad about it. So I was like, I'm just going to eat spinach and fruits and veggies all day long and look snatched in 3 weeks, because what's the point of eating?
That's actually kind of genius. That could be a blessing in disguise for someone.
Yep.
who is
It
trying to
worked
make
though.
a change in their life. That could be a blessing in disguise, not be able to taste things. Then you could just eat only healthy foods. What's the point of eating a burger? You can't even enjoy it.
Exactly. Actually, Matt got me a burger, and it was supposed to be covered. I love hot sauce. I love it. So it was like jalapeno, pepper jack cheese, and sriracha, and like all this stuff, and it was giant, like the size of my face. And when I saw it, I was just like salivating. And then I bit into it, and it was pointless. Pointless.
Oh, that's so sad.
I literally, there was one time, and that was the time when my eyes teared up, and I was like, I'm so hungry. Like it was bad. So I saw this thing on YouTube about this guy who cooked an orange and a lemon and a lime, and he covered it in brown sugar after cooking it on the stove. I did that, and you just like,
it worked.
You use the orange, brown sugar, and you just don't. Matt was like, so I didn't even think twice. I couldn't taste. So in my head, he was like, Sophia, and I made no face. I just grabbed it, grabbed the lime, ate the whole thing. Still couldn't taste.
So it didn't work.
It didn't work. You know what I felt worked for me, which sounds weird, but I like Doritos with lime.
Oh, yeah.
Cheese Doritos, sure. And I just squeeze a little bit of lime juice. Yeah. Okay. I ate that one night, and I swear the next morning I was like, I could taste just a little bit. Ew. So then a few days later, I ate it again. And then the next day I could taste a little bit. So I don't know if it was just wearing off and I was able to taste, or if it was the cheese Doritos and lime juice. I don't know.
What if Doritos are the cure to COVID?
Yeah, everyone listen.
What if we need to get this information out like right now? Like I feel like
the vaccine is half made of Doritos.
It has to be at this point. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Doritos is the cure to COVID. You heard it here first.
But I think it was because it was like salty and cheesy and limey. Like there's so many different things that your taste buds are like, whoa, what's going on here? You know, which way are we going?
But if a ginormous burger with sriracha, jalapenos,
that's true.
Cheese, if that didn't do it, I don't think the amount of flavors is that big of a deal. I think Doritos might be the cure.
It is. We're gonna go with that.
I think everybody should stop what they're doing right now and go buy a bag of cheesy Doritos and lime juice.
Keep it in your pantry for when times get rough.
COVID or not COVID, just eat it.
That too, yeah.
Why not? So we do all the workouts in the gym. Everything's recorded. You started this because you felt like you could impact more people by doing this than doing typical personal training at a gym or something like that. So why would a lady join your group instead of somebody else's?
Mostly because I feel like it's more of a long-term thing. So a lot of people have tried like easy way outs, and I'm going to go this way and I'm going to go that way, and nothing ever works, right? They find themselves back in that same spot that they were at. I went to the gym for 2 weeks. I was intimidated by everyone there, and now I'm trying to do this thing over here, and I don't like it over there. And it just happens. That's just what happens. Gym anxiety is real. Okay.
Sure. And
that's
especially for a lot of ladies.
Yeah.
Because there's multiple things to it. Sometimes they don't know where to start, especially if they're pretty new to fitness. Sometimes they may not know how to do a certain movement. But then also they have to deal with the guys looking at them.
Yeah.
On top of it. Right? So there's a bunch of different things that going to a gym for a female is a lot different than going to a gym for a male. But that's kind of a lot of things. Taking a walk at night, same kind of concept.
Yeah.
Same kind of concept. It's things that are unfortunate.
Taking a walk during the day. When I go jogging, I have like my knife, my pepper spray, my little spray gun. Like I take everything with me when I go jogging with Naya.
That's so that's terrible.
It sucks. It does suck. But it's like, I mean, I feel like oh, it sucks. Let's do something about it. Come on, girls. But in reality, it's what are we going to do except prepare for the worst and have your shit together. I have a little alarm. I literally have everything on my shit. And like when I run, I'm on the stroller, it's like weapons. I'm not, now also I have anxiety. Like I've talked about this before with people, but I do suffer with anxiety. So I'm always like expecting the worst and prepared for the worst when it comes to certain things like that. But it's also like what can we do? Just prepare.
Yeah,
Be
I mean, it's
cautious.
really hard. It's really hard to change the mindset of 3 billion dudes, right?
Exactly. That's the problem. The problem is it's on the dudes.
Absolutely.
You see a woman, she's running, they're attracted, they slow down, they're bothering. You know, I've had that happen to me multiple times. Hey girl, hey, you need a ride? Where are you going? Dude.
That's crazy.
And when you say, no, I'm married, they're like, he's not here, where he's at.
It's a challenge
like,
now. It's a challenge.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird, though. It is weird. I don't understand what possesses someone to do that. Like, just
also the balls.
Just look and move on.
Like
that too. I guess I just don't have the confidence. Maybe that's a confidence.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a respectful man, a guy is gonna approach a woman in the right circumstances, not when she's jogging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just
or unless you're jogging, you're at Town Lake.
But though, there's always that thing. It's like, when are you gonna see that person again? So what if you just find that person that attractive?
I am that sexy, I guess. I'm just kidding.
Someone.
No, I think so. Like.
Well, obviously you're married, so someone does think so.
Oh yes. I mean, but see, here's the situation. When I would go out and party and like go downtown and go to bars and do all that stuff, when a guy would come and talk to me, I would give him the time of day. I wasn't like, buy me a drink, okay, bye. I was like, hi, okay, if you're willing to approach me, to me, I just feel like that alone takes a lot of balls, because I was the type of girl that if I liked a guy, I would approach him, which I think is more women need to do that. If you think a guy is attractive, you need to go.
Yes, they do. Because like we run, so us morally more sound men think like about these kinds of things already. So we don't want to be that weird dude that comes up and bothers you. Right? So how are we always supposed to know whether or not you're digging us or not? Because then it's like, oh, well, he didn't come and talk to me, so I guess he's not interested. And it's like, no, I don't know what the fuck to do right now. Like, because bringing up the gym is a perfect example. What if you only see that person at the gym all the time?
Yeah. I think it's important to develop some sort of friendship or acknowledgement before, like, I don't know, if you see a girl, it's just kind of like, hi, can I use this after you? You know, like bringing yourself in there.
Something simple.
And then,
let's break it down. What would Sophia Perez's advice on hitting on females at the gym? Go.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I'm just going to say what would work for me.
Okay, that works. No, that's fine. You can only talk from your own experience.
I'm at the gym, okay? Imagine. Super sweaty, but in the perfect way, like glistening. Sculpting my guns.
Okay.
So
you got a mad pump right now.
Mad pump.
Okay.
Veins popping out. It's all good, right?
Okay. So we're at the gym. You got a mad pump. You're sweating your balls off.
Yes. Very attractive. Dripping mascara. And I feel like a good way, if I'm using something, first see if the person's even approachable, because some girls, you walk up to them and automatically stink face. Like they're just like, don't even get near me.
Yeah, you can tell.
You know? Absolutely. So if you walk up and you're like, hey, can I use this after you? I think that's a good natural and something that's so common at the gym that she's not going to be like, oh my God, So if it's like, hey, can I use this after you? And then, whenever she's done thanking her, hey, thank you. My name is, by the way. Oh yeah, my name is, like, And then thank you. And then next time you see them, now you know who they are. You've introduced yourself, so you can say hi. You can wave.
Yeah, it can't be the first time.
Yeah, can't be the first time.
Unless you guys just like kick it. Unless like she's obviously really talkative and y'all are really talkative.
Yeah. But if it's there, the magic's there. Take it. Sure.
But for the most part, it can't be the first time.
Yeah. At least I think.
No, that makes sense. No, I get that. So it can't be
natural.
The first time. It's got to be smooth. What about asking for a spot?
Oh yeah. Are you squatting? What kind of what kind of spot?
Bench press usually. Bench press. Because it's a compliment in its own way.
Yeah, that means that she looks like she's strong. She has enough upper body, and women don't naturally have that. So
until they drop it on your jugular, and you're like, "Oh fuck, this was a mistake."
Yeah, trying to bench 500 pounds here.
Yeah. Hey, can you get this off my throat, please? I'm trying.
Please, I'm dying. No, I think that's okay.
Okay.
Maybe after you've said the hi thing.
Oh. What if you ask for a spot and then introduce yourself?
I mean, that works, I guess.
Or introduce yourself and then ask for a spot.
I had a guy at Gold's Gym. I'm married when I worked there. And he would often come and talk to me, but I could just tell. He was like super flirty, super whatever, but he knew I was married. He saw my husband come and randomly he'll come to work. Matt would come working out and I'd be at work and Matt would come say hi.
That beautiful shredded bastard.
Some guys don't care. Some guys still don't care.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge.
Yeah. It's whatever.
Wait, where were you going with that?
I think it was the way he approached me was naturally. It was like one day.
I thought you were going to tell a story and then you just stopped.
This is why I say I get distracted. I don't know what I was going to say.
I thought there was a story coming. I was all ready. I was like, okay. So
come on. Okay. I think what I was going to say was that his approach was very natural, but it was just disrespectful because he obviously knew I was married. But he would come up to me and it wasn't like a friendship. Like, I'm all about making friends, but he would look at me weird, like smoldering, like, "Ooh, hey girl, how you doing?" Like, it wasn't like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah, there's a difference.
And you could pick it up.
Sure.
So he would approach me naturally, but I could tell that he was trying to flirt. And I would tell Matt, "Hey man, that guy's trying to get with this. Go fight him."
You already know Matt. I could just see Matt being like, "Oh well, good luck."
Yeah, no, Matt has no, like, he knows I'm not going anywhere.
Oh,
I'd be a fool.
I could just see him just being like, well, she knows where she comes home at night.
Yeah, when we first were together, he would let me go talk to guys and I would get him a free drink.
Oh, that's the way to do it. I think more guys should be like that.
He's like, "Hey, that guy's gonna get you a drink." Okay. Yes. I want and I'd be like, "Okay, I got you."
That's how you do it. Why wouldn't you?
But again, I would talk to the guys because they were nice. And I would tell them, "Thank you for the drink, but I'm here with so-and-so and it's serious, but I really appreciate it."
After the drink, though. After the drink. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Hey, that's their fault for not
paying attention. I know some guys out there are like, "That fucking bitch, how rude." Sure. But
that's on them for not paying attention. They should clearly know that you're
obviously
in there with somebody else. If you're checking out somebody long enough, in order to approach them, you should already know who they're with, who their group of friends are. You should already know these things. That's approaching 101.
Yep.
Yeah,
learn from your mistakes, man.
Man, that's on them. They're giving out free drinks to boyfriends. That's on them. Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
Shouldn't. Yep. Sucks to suck.
It does.
So, okay. So we talked about Phierce Fitness. So now let's back up to the transformation. So before the kid, after having the kid, weighed 250.
Yeah.
Now have dropped that weight back off, feeling much better, much healthier. What was that process like, and how long did that take? Because we kind of talked about this on Instagram, how you didn't necessarily have that mommy bounce back that you see a lot. Not necessarily a lot, but you see in Instagram models,
Yep.
the whole 9 yards, this baby bounce back. I know a few people that really just, as soon as the kid popped out, you couldn't even tell. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
What was different for you, and kind of what was the process like?
Yeah. So when I had my daughter, obviously I was in shock in a way of like what my body looked like. Even though I did plenty of research that showed me that you still have that belly, it's still poofing out, like the whole little hump that comes out is still there. Obviously you then have stretch marks and all sorts of stuff, but I think it's about finding a space in your head mentally where you feel confident in the things that your body has done. Does that make sense?
Why don't you elaborate?
Like, oh my gosh, I have stretch marks, and oh my God, I have all this extra skin, and look at this belly. But you know what? I just made a freaking human being. You know?
So okay. It's a different. It's kind of the glass half full theory. Like you're thinking of it from a different perspective. You have those X, Y's, and Z's, stretch marks, extra belly, but that is in response to creating a human.
Yeah, like my body made a human. And I was told that my body wasn't going to ever be able to make a human naturally. So I went through depression a year before I got pregnant. Matt and I had been trying for 5 years to have a baby, and it wasn't working.
Okay.
And my doctor told me 2 times that it was never going to happen. And that's when I found my love for fitness, because I said, look, if I don't have control over this, I'm going to have control over my body and just work out, find a mental space where I felt, I don't know, I guess like strong and in charge.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So then I went on this whole fitness thing. I got down to like 160 pounds, which I felt was too skinny for me. And then that's when I found the 170, and that's where I was at. And I liked the 170.
Okay.
So after having my daughter, I was trying to figure out, like, I had these normal womanly thoughts that were like shameful of your body. Oh, this and this, it looks like this, I look like that. Oh my God, when am I going to bounce back? Am I going to bounce back? And eventually I started to train myself to see the beauty and what my body did, especially because I was told it was never going to happen. So it was like, be grateful of what you've had, because there are women out there who would kill to have stretch marks, who would kill to have the extra body, because they can't make a baby and you somehow did, right? So I started looking at it that way. And then cycling. I love cycling. Matt got me a bike and I used it during my pregnancy. It did not stop me from gaining weight, but I just used it to be some sort of active. So we did that. I used the cycle, and then I started doing my own workouts in the garage. And now it's stuck. Like, that's where obviously right now where I'm at, I'm in the garage, and it's just a part of who I am. I'm a garage girl, garage workout girl. So I started working out in the garage, and it did take about, I think it was a year and 4 months to drop 80 pounds.
Hey,
and that was with me plateauing for about 4 months.
That's not a terrible time frame considering the amount of weight, and to make also to ensure that you don't just put it right back on the first cheeseburger you have the day after.
Yeah. And I feel like when I talk to my clients and people who join, I'm like, look, you're going to lose weight. Oh yeah. But you're also going to gain muscle. And that's the one thing that I've told everyone. My girls already know we don't like scales. And I teach everyone, we don't mess with scales. If you're going to get a scale, it's going to be a smart scale, and it's going to show you your muscle mass, your water weight, all that stuff, because this whole, you step on a scale, you're 180, and then you step on it months later, you're still 180. But it's kind of like, well, actually, you've dropped a ton of inches. You look amazing. You're tighter, you're firmer, you gain muscle, you know? And I do teach my people from the get-go. Are you going to lose weight? For sure. But you're going to gain muscle. So the scales are unless it's a smart scale, I don't want to hear that you're weighing yourself.
Scales are pretty useless. They're a good guideline for someone who is on a significant weight cut for a specific sport or something like that. Like when I had to cut 15 pounds the last couple months in order to do the fight, I was on a significant weight cut. So yes, I had to weigh myself all the time. But other than that, I don't ever weigh myself. Because like you said,
it's so discouraging.
It's terrible.
And for women especially, I feel like I know for men, obviously, especially if you're an athlete, but I feel like women, our body, especially if you have a menstrual cycle, you're going to bloat, you're going to gain weight, you're going to feel heavier on some days, lighter on other days. I mean, our bodies are constantly going through this whole monthly cycle. It's hard to time it right.
It's
just
constantly
don't do
changing. You're constantly changing. And the amount of water you had the day before, the amount of
stress,
the amount
sleep,
of stress. There's so many different factors, and it's silly to constantly weigh yourself. And I think a lot of people are kind of gathering that. I think that trend has kind of been pretty prominent in a lot of fitness programs at this point, where a lot of people really don't weigh themselves. Because like you said, you might weigh 180, but you can be a completely different 180 than you were 3 months ago. Completely different 180. And so the only thing that really matters is just progress pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take pictures of yourself. You have to.
Can we do a pause real quick? Because I need to go potty.
You gotta go pee? Don't worry, I'll entertain the people.
Yes.
Don't worry.
All right, I'll be right back.
Go pee.
Well, there's a pause button.
Look at this amateur podcaster. No, go pee. I got this. No, I got this. Go pee.
I'm telling you, one drink.
Go pee, amateur. Go pee. Yeah, don't worry. Hey, Sophia's going pee, guys. Don't worry. I'll keep you entertained. So yeah, man, what a cool story. Going from 250 to 170 in a year is pretty damn good. And you saw her just now. She got up. She looks great. So she's really crushing it with this Phierce Fitness, and you see the brand in the background if you're watching this on YouTube. Cool poster. You see this whole gym. She's got dumbbells. She's got a bob in the back. For those who aren't familiar, a bob is you use that for martial arts training, whether it's striking, or I believe that guy detaches and you can actually use him for jiu-jitsu. I could be wrong with that, or maybe wrestling. I could be wrong, but mainly striking for sure. Yeah. That's cool though. She's a super personable person. I've known her now maybe 3, 4, no longer, because I've been at Rooms to Go now for 4 years.
I'm back. Oh my god, my butt hurts from sitting down.
That means I've known you. Dude, that's crazy, Sophia. I think I've known you now 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah, that's crazy when you think about it.
Oh, damn, yeah. It's been a while.
It might even be longer, because John left Six Pack before I went into sales, and then I was in sales for about a year or two, and then now I've been at Rooms to Go 4 years, so that's 6. So yeah, 6 or 7 years I've known you. I was telling everybody how personable you are. An awesome human being, fun person to be around. But
thank you.
What kind of mental struggle, or how long did it take you from popping the kid out to being like, okay, I need to regain control of my health?
Instantly.
Ooh, okay.
As soon as I had her, I was like, okay, I'm going to give myself about 2 to 3 months to just learn how to be a mom.
Okay.
And I'm a nursing mom, so I'm having to wake up every 2 hours. I just felt like there was no way I could squeeze in a workout. And I didn't really know how many calories I should be taking in versus your nursing. So you're burning calories, like all sorts of stuff. So I was like, look, I'm just going to give myself like 2 to 3 months to learn how to just live. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Adjust.
yeah, after about 3 months, I was like, okay, I kind of got an idea of what her schedule was like, and I was able to start working out. And when I worked out, I started with 2 days a week for 30 minutes.
Okay, so real easy right at the beginning.
Real easy. And I just told myself, if you could do 2 days a week, you're winning.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's one of the things I tell my girls. I teach 3 classes a week. Okay, that's it. I will eventually add another class. I want to eventually do 4 classes a week, but right now I only teach 3. And the reason that is a thing is because I feel like some of the girls who join, they're really, really, really excited to join. And they're like, I need to work out 5 days a week and eat rice and broccoli all day. And, it's bad.
It takes
unhealthy.
A special type of person to be able to just and jump right into it. Like full steam ahead. You have to be super disciplined. And that's just
disciplined.
That's just not most people.
Most people, for sure. No way. And we all have, you're going to go through crazy withdrawals if you do that. Like your body's like, where's my caffeine? Where's my sugar? Like you are setting yourself up to binge eat and to fail.
That's what I did this last week.
I'm free. Where's the pizza?
It's been so bad. I know exactly. That's exactly what it was. It's just I was so strict for so long that once I knew I didn't have anything to work towards, that I had this brief period. Oh, it's been a fucking free for all. Yeah, it's been so bad. That's exactly what happens. You binge. And and it's just uncontrollable.
Your body will tell you that it's time to eat.
Yeah, and you eat. That's for sure.
So I think like once, I had a real routine of working out 2 times a week, and I did that for maybe like 3 weeks. Okay. And then on week 4, okay, now 3 times a week.
Okay.
And then I did that for like 3 weeks, and then 4 times a week. And I slowly was able to work out 5 times a week,
And so how many days a week do you work out now?
Now I work out about 5, 6, sometimes 7.
Ooh, okay.
Not proud of the 7. But I still don't eat the way I should. So I'm still, I feel like when you look at me, it's like, okay, that girl works out. She has some muscle, but she's also a little thick. So like, I still could do better with eating, to be honest, but I love my body. I love where I'm at. I love the curve. I love the little extra I got going on. I'm not in a hurry to lose it. But I'm also lifting a lot. Yeah, so I'm like, the scale is again an enemy. You don't want to get on it because it will completely, for those who don't know, like if you're gaining muscle, like I said earlier, you're gonna weigh more. And if you're constantly thinking about losing weight instead of being healthy, it's just a whole mind fuck.
It definitely can be. But you're a good thick though. Like you're
I like my thick.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
Strong thick.
Strong. Yeah, I can carry something. Give it to me.
Right? Shoot, that's a one trip from the car to the fridge.
I do. I have to carry all the bags at once. Matt laughs at me. I need all the bags out of the car one time. We're done.
Bro, if you make more than one trip, you need to hit the gym more.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the gym more. It should be a one tripper
always. All the bags lined up on both arms.
I don't care if you live on the 3rd floor, man. You better get that in one trip.
Yeah.
So you work out 5 to 7 days a week. How is that like with a kid? Actually,
hard.
Before you answer that, let's back up real quick before I forget my other question. When you were working out 2 days a week, fresh out of popping a kid out, what kind of movements were you doing right off the bat?
So I would speed walk my neighborhood, and I would do my goal was always to just do a mile. But I started, honestly, I was out of breath so quick and I was so overweight. I started with half a mile.
Okay.
And I would just walk half a mile. If I could walk again later that day for another half, I would. But I broke my mile in half, and I would say my workouts in the garage didn't really start until like maybe week 3.
Okay.
Of just moving my body.
Sure.
And when I started with that, it was a lot of like functional fitness type of workouts. I would do like dumbbells into a lunge, into a burpee or whatever, so I would mix everything up a little bit, but my workouts were about 30 minutes, which is what I do now. I teach like HIIT-based workouts. Okay. And all of our workouts are usually 30 to 45 minutes long. I never, even when I go to the gym, unless I'm doing like another program, because I do love watching people's programs. So unless I'm doing someone's program, I will just do a 45-minute workout and head out.
For most people, that's perfect. 90% of people don't need to work out more than 45 minutes. And this is what I try to tell people all the time. Like, that's why I wanted to ask. This is what I tell people all the time. It's just people overthink it, or they picture the most extreme version. They think that they have to be David Goggins, or that they have to work out twice a week, twice a day, 4 times a week, 5 times a week. And it's just like, no, that's not who you have to be. It's wonderful that those people exist, but training twice in a day for 4 times a week that's something else, man. I've been doing 2 days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then training about four other days a week. And that is a bitch. Most people just are, you shouldn't, you don't need to do that unless you have an extreme goal that you're trying to reach. And
you're reminding me of this book. I have to tell you. Remind me to remind you of the book.
And B, we got to make sure to shout it out too, so that we can put it in the description as well. B, it's just like, it's not realistic. Like, you don't have to be that person to achieve these goals. And so that's what I wanted to point out. That's the reason why I asked that question, is because you just get up and move. Just do something.
Yeah.
Just do something. It doesn't have to be that crazy. You don't have to be this freak athlete, because you're probably not. Let's face it, you're probably not. You're probably not this freak athlete. You're not going to be the next LeBron James. You're not David Goggins. You're not going to be Cameron Haynes and running a marathon a day. Like, you're not going to be that person.
Yeah.
You're not going to be that person. Just get up and just move and do what
your body
you can do.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
I think with most people is they see all these Instagram models, and they think that they think that that's just the reality. These people are doing this a million times. No, they're not. Most of the time, they're just doing the move to show you, and they probably do something else.
Facts. That I know. That's actually exactly how it works, because a lot of people who are posting the videos of themselves doing a specific movement are selling their program, but typically their program isn't what they do normally. Or they're selling a specific type of program in which maybe that's just not their training regimen at the moment.
At the moment. Yeah. No, I totally agree.
A lot of people got to go ahead.
When people do work out, if anyone is listening to this and you're new and you're like, I just started working out, what do I need to know? If you are new and you haven't been already active, don't kill yourself working 5 times a week for an hour or 2 or longer.
Do what you said. Exactly what you said. Again, there's always going to be that one outlier who's just an absolute freak and who can just flip that switch mentally, and they can do it.
Yeah.
They can do it. But that 99% of people are not that person. Do the 2 days a week, like you said. Do the 2 days a week. Graduate to 3. Graduate to 4. Or just stay at 3. There's nothing wrong with just working out 3 days a week.
Yeah.
For most people, well, for one, you're already doing better than 70% of America. So that's already something to be happy about.
Cheers to that.
3 days a week is wonderful. Like, you just get up and move and just eat.
Still passing all those people sitting on the couch.
Just eat a little better. You don't have to be eating chicken, broccoli, and rice with every single meal. Again, that takes a very special kind of person to be that disciplined, and just 99% of people just aren't that disciplined, and that's okay.
And sometimes it's not sustainable. Again,
it's not. It's almost impossible. You can only do it for
when I was at 160, I think for my height, everyone, I think statistically, or the BMI says, I hate the fucking BMI scale, by the way.
Terrible.
But the BMI scale says that I am supposed to be 145. If you see my body at 145, you're going to think something's wrong, that I'm real sick. I'm not built that way. 160, I was still like,
I look different.
Built different.
That's what I told
But there's a book I want to talk about.
Go for it. Let's hear about the book. What's the book?
So this book is from Michael Matthews. And Michael Matthews. You can get it paperback or Kindle or audiobook on Amazon.
Fancy. Does he read it himself?
I'm looking at it. They'll read it to you. Yeah.
Does he read it himself, or does he hire somebody?
What?
Does he read the book himself?
Oh, no, he does.
He does.
I think he does.
Oh, that's the best.
I think he does.
Ooh,
it's definitely a male voice, but I don't know.
Okay,
but I actually have the hard copy, like the book. But it's called Thinner, Leaner, Stronger: The Simple Science of Building the Ultimate Female Body. Oh. So this book,
it's ironic that it's written by a male.
A male, yeah. There's one also called Bigger, Leaner, Stronger. So just depending on what your goals are, like more muscle mass versus just losing body, you know what I mean? Body fat, thinning.
So what's he talking about in this book?
This book, he talks about how you can get an amazing workout in 30 to 45 minutes. And how you absolutely do not need to be spending hours at the gym. No. Literally everything we just talked about. Plus, he talks about the science. The way you read the book, it feels like you're talking to a friend. Like someone who's just like, hey, I'm knowledgeable in all these things. Here's the deets. This is all you need to know. Now, do with it what you want. But it's just super educational, but also real.
It's relatable.
Yeah.
So it's relatable, easy to read, fun read.
Easy to read, fun to read.
So
thinner, leaner, stronger.
Thinner,
right?
leaner,
stronger. Leaner, strong. Yeah. Thinner, leaner, stronger. Michael Matthews. It's good. Anyone hearing this, you should read it. If you are a female and you have a body.
I think that's a lot of people. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully listening to this podcast, they are
most people
females
aren't
and
just
also
floating heads.
Have a body. That'd be good. So talk to me a little bit about having a kid and trying to run a business and also working out 7 days a week.
Yeah, it's hard. So I am the type of person that when I have something in my mind, I have to do it.
Okay.
Like I have a to-do list, but I love marking off the to-do list. I love making sure that everything gets done when it needs to get done. And then you have a child and they're like, nope.
Is that something that you write down every day, your to-do list?
Yeah. I have it on my cell phone.
So you write it every morning?
Every day, my cell phone tells me what I need to do.
Speaking of which, I didn't write in my journal today. Thanks for reminding me. So I need to write in that when I get home. Thank you. That's actually something that I started doing as well. I started actually before the tournament. So I left on Thursday. I actually found this notebook on Thursday. Started writing in it on Thursday. I wrote in there that I will win the tournament. And I won the tournament.
Ooh, let's talk about that. Affirmations, speaking into existence. I am a fan of that.
Absolutely. That's why I was curious if you actually write down this to-do list or if this is like a mental thing. I think everything is so much more powerful when you actually write it down. I'm a person who actually has a really weird memory, almost photographic in some cases. Like, for instance, I was just thinking about this. Like, I can remember, I don't need someone's address really. I just need to drive there once. And then I can often remember how to get there. And actually, like in apartment complexes, I can remember which apartment it is, which door is yours. I don't know the number. I can just visualize it. So when I'm on my way there, I can backtrack in that sense. And so oftentimes, not even oftentimes, my entire life, I have really relied on that memory, whether it's school or whatever. I didn't study much at all. Once I wrote it down, it was pretty much in there. So I kind of got lazy, and when getting this podcast started, it showed me the power of just writing things down. And you have to write stuff down. And so journaling is something that I've been wanting to do. I finished the Matthew McConaughey book, Green Lights, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Fucking phenomenal book. If you want a book to read, that is phenomenal. What
does he talk about?
Everything. He talks about his life, actually. So that's what I was getting at. So he's been journaling for 50 years. So he's been journaling for most of his life.
He's 50? How old is he?
I think he's older than 50. Let's see.
He's 60. He's been journaling since the moment he got out of his mom's womb.
You might have just called me out. Hold on.
Oh my God. I had no idea. He's what, 60?
He's 51. So maybe not 51. Journaling. Okay, maybe he wasn't journaling for 50 years. My bad. But he's been journaling for a very good portion of his life because throughout the...
If Matthew McConaughey is listening to this, hey.
Oh, he's definitely listening. Are you kidding me?
Can't even wink. I'm horrible at winking. Sure. I can't believe I tried that.
He's representing Austin, Texas.
It's awful.
He's a fan for sure. No, but he's been journaling for a very long time because throughout the entire book, he puts in excerpts.
That's right.
Excerpts, right?
Excerpts. Yeah.
Right? Okay, Jeffrey Ross is nodding. Cool.
Where's your Smirnoff at? How much have you had?
I'm done. Both of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are gone. But yeah, so no, he puts those in the book, and throughout the book, it shows you different pages that he actually wrote down himself. And so he definitely started when he was at least 16 or 17. He talks about it in the Joe Rogan podcast as well. He was on there. One of the best episodes, in my opinion, and primarily for him, because of him. He's been journaling for a long time, and he just talks about the things that he wrote down. He talks about all the different things that he did in his life. Fucking wild life.
Yeah.
He's lived a life that everybody wants to live. Literally just dropping something on a whim and doing something. And just dropping it and going to the next thing instantly.
Yeah.
He talks about how he was running multiple businesses, and then the day he got married, he called and closed all the businesses except for one to focus on his marriage and having a kid and the whole 9 yards. And he talks about a lot of different things throughout the book. It's a phenomenal read. I can't recommend it anymore. It's absolutely amazing. I'm not a reader at all, and I finished that book in a week.
Damn.
Yeah, and I'm
all right. I'll get it.
Yeah, I'm not a reader at all. So it's a phenomenal book. So he got me. So it's something that I have been thinking about. Reading the book just kind of confirmed that it's something that you need to do. Starting the podcast was something that showed me the power of it. And then reading his book was like, okay, I need to just journal in general. Because I've been thinking about going to a therapist. Is something that I've been thinking about. And I probably still will. But this is kind of a free session of therapy. Because I'm a very open person. You'll almost always know how I'm feeling for the most part. And so it's really good for me to just get things on paper. I feel a lot better when they're just out there in front of me. It's as if I talked to somebody. So it's been helping me out the last week. I've only been doing it for a week, but I do have to go home and do that tonight before I forget.
I used to journal all the time. And when I actually moved out with by myself with my dog, for the first time ever. Like I used to jump from like relationship to relationship. I was one of those girls. Finally, I was like, you know what? I need to be by myself. So I got an apartment and I was by myself, and I journaled almost every night.
Okay.
And it was one of the only ways that I mean, it was deep. Some of the stuff I wrote in there made my sister, she read it one time and she just cried.
Aw.
Some of it was hard. It was
Yeah.
hard being by myself for the first time and not having some human being in the room with me, you know? But I found such an amazing independence with being by myself. I swore up and down that I was never going to have a child and I would never get married. I was so content, truly, truly, with being alone forever.
Well,
like I didn't want anybody. Then Matt came and he ruined everything.
I was about to say, that changes when you meet the right person, though. That's how you
Yup.
know. That's how you know.
Yep.
Because you were fully committed to that life, and you were probably dead ass serious at that moment.
I was. I had been like run over and taken advantage of by so many shitty guys before that. Now, not all guys are shitty.
I feel
There
that.
was a few
Not
where I
guys,
just
though.
felt like we were friends. Like we weren't really, why are we together? We're just friends, kind of, you know? But then there were like other people who I thought I truly loved, and they just did not treat me the way I felt like I deserved. So instead of like wasting everyone's time, it was like, okay, I don't deserve this. Let's go. So I would end it, but it would hurt me. And when I finally was like, okay, screw all this, screw all men, gonna be by myself. I need to be by myself. I just wish, I feel like so many women and men need to feel that. Like you have to find that there's just something that happens to you when you realize that, truly realize. And I don't mean you just say like, oh, I don't need anybody, I'm fine being single, and then you cry yourself to sleep every night because you want someone. No, I mean you truly, truly feel that you need to be alone, and then bam, God, the universe, Buddha, whoever is like, oh, you find that happiness? Good job. Now here's the person you're supposed to be with forever.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only way to actually find that person.
Yeah.
To find that person.
The one, yeah.
Not these
people. It's like a bonus. The gods say, hey, wow, look, she's actually done it. He's actually done it. It's time. Here's your gift.
You earned it.
You earned it. You leveled up.
Yeah, because that person that came into your life also went through the same thing.
Yeah, and exactly.
They earned it as well.
Yeah, and Matt and I, we talk about our old relationships. We've talked about everything, like deep into it. And Matt would tell me about his exes and how they hurt him. And Matt has always been a good guy. You know, he was born to just the sweetest guy. And I would hear all these things that happened to him. He was like the version of me in the relationship.
Yeah.
You know? And so when we met, we just clicked. We had so much to talk about and so much heartbreak that we both related to.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think that's the only way you can really meet that person, when you're that comfortable with yourself being alone.
Yeah.
Because then you really realize what you want and desire, and you kind of know what you're looking for. You have a better idea of what you're looking for.
Oh yeah.
But it's you can tell. So like I do this a lot. You can tell when someone's together who's going to last.
Yeah.
And who are just people together.
Yeah. I agree with that. And I know people who are just together, and I'm like,
for sure. That's
my friends know. I tell them. I straight up tell them, like
70% of relationships.
Yeah, 50% of relationships.
I mean, a lot of people think. So I think the statistic is 60% of relationships end just with a lack of communication. And I don't understand that, because if you truly enjoy being with that person, why wouldn't you talk about everything?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how can it be a lack of communication? Like, if you enjoy talking to that person, that should be the person you talk to every day.
Yep.
Like, at the end of the night, that should be the person you talk to. Like, y'all should be able to put everything out on the table completely without judgment.
Yeah. Matt and I, we call it pillow talk. We make sure that we have room for pillow talk every night.
Ooh, let's talk about this. Because this is always good. This is always good stuff for people. So, relationships. So, how did the relationship change once you had the kid? Like, was there any like added like did anything? I don't know. Go ahead.
Yes and no. So obviously we still loved each other, but we didn't have enough time together, and it was more like, okay, well, you go sleep and then I go sleep. And then, okay, well, you are with her and I'm going to go cook. And then, okay, well, now it's time for you to take a shower. And then I would go like 2 days without showering because I just could not find the time. And also because I was nursing. So every 2 hours I'm like having to feed her, and she wouldn't take a bottle. So it wasn't like I could just have him feed her during the night. So there was a lot of stress during the beginning, like the first 3 months, I would say, after having her. And then, I mean, I'd say as they get older and they learn to do things by themselves, like you get freedom again with your significant other. I really wouldn't say that it's changed, because now I'm not Matt's only focus, which is what I was used to. Now he shares that focus with Naya.
Yeah.
Naya is his focus. And I don't get mad at it, because when I see him being a father, I'm like, swing, swing. It's just the most beautiful and biggest turn on. Like, I just love him in those shoes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
all of my, like, you would think, because I am a needy person, not gonna lie, I'm a very needy and affectionate person, but it's like when she came, the void that we had, if we had one that we didn't even know we had, really, honestly, because I feel like everyone, I've had people tell me this, we have get-togethers and stuff, and our friends would be like, you guys are soulmates and y'all are supposed to be together. And they would always tell us things like, especially after they got drunk, oh my God, you guys are the best. And I truly think that we will be together forever.
But you still have to work at it.
Huh?
You still have to work at it.
We have to work at it. Yeah. I mean, we have to we will literally tell each other, all right, we need a babysitter on this day because we're going to go do something. We're going to go hang out. We're going to talk and just like take time to catch up if we missed anything. But we do pillow talk. We have to make time for pillow talk.
So I feel like that you kind of have to be on a routine. Like what?
Yeah.
What is the routine to ensure y'all's relationship sanity?
Making sure, I guess the minimum would be making sure that we have time together at least once a month.
Ooh, once a month. Okay.
Once a month. Like, hey, I think it's because I have this business and I'm a full-time mommy and a full-time Phierce Fitness. I'm always on go. And he's always on go. And when I'm not working, I am 100% focused on my daughter.
Yeah.
And that means learning ABCs, playing songs, being present, being aware, having her play with bugs and like all these things, because I want to make sure that she has a certain well-rounded. Yeah. And so I do that. And then when I'm not doing that, I'm answering emails, text messages. Like, I'm very involved with Phierce Fitness. So when it's time to go to bed, we sit there, we talk, and then we both pass out, sometimes in the middle of a sentence. Not gonna lie. He'll be like, you were like telling me something and then you just started snoring.
Like what? What's the biggest advice you could give to somebody who either A, is in a new relationship or just had a kid, or something along those lines that will help them through those times, or stay together, or be happier?
Okay, one, this is something I've had to work on. Know that just because you would do something a certain way you shouldn't expect your significant other to do it that same way.
Give us an example.
So if I give my daughter a bath and then I keep her in the towel and take her to the room, turn off the fan so it's not too cold, and then change her, versus your significant other gives her a bath, throws a towel on her, carries her, and doesn't turn off the fan. And you're like, wait, you should turn off the fan because she's going to get cold. Your way isn't the only way.
Okay.
And, basically you have to let your husband or wife do things their way and parent their own way without judgment.
Okay.
Because it's hard, especially if you're like, well, no. Oh, wait, imagine that person on the other end, So I read that in a book somewhere before we had our daughter, and I wrote it on the giant whiteboard that we had in our room. Your way is not the only way. So I made sure I put a conscious effort to let him dad the way he wanted to dad.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
How much reading did you do while preparing for the kid?
Mostly watching YouTube videos.
Okay.
I did a lot of, I wanted to see natural births. I wanted to see epidurals. I wanted to hear women's stories or horror stories or great stories. Like, I watched everything I could on YouTube. I wanted everything. I wanted to know everything.
And for those who are listening, how important is date night?
Oh, so important. So we have at least once a month. If you can get it every weekend, do it. Every other weekend, do it. But at least minimum, if it's a busy month, at least once a month.
It has to be once a month. There's no way the two of y'all are so busy that you can't do once a month.
Yeah, once a month. Because that's when he gets to see you all snatched and dolled up.
Yeah.
Or, you just talk. And I think for women, that's always really important to talk. But like, we joke and we laugh and we play and we tease. And I think it's important to remember why you are together, why you love that person. Yeah. That's your chance to shine again,
I like that. That's cool. I think a lot of people need to hear that kind of stuff. I also think that y'all are an aspiring couple, that a lot of people I think a lot of people kind of achieve or want to achieve that level of relationship, and people don't understand that that's also a job. Like, in order to achieve that kind of relationship, you have to have a routine. You got to be got to be willing to put in the work. And that's just why lazy people are just miserable. Because you're not just lazy.
Daughter has to be asleep by a certain time. We sit there, we turn off the TV, the night light's on. Okay, now we talk until we pass out.
Yeah.
Or sometimes we just cuddle and pass out, whatever.
Sometimes
I was trying to read the Bible before we go to sleep, but Matt, I actually forgot about it till right now. We did get a Bible. We read the first, I would say the first 5 pages. And then Matt,
y'all got far.
Yeah, we got far. And then Matt fell asleep. So.
And then just haven't picked it up since.
Yeah, I forgot until right now.
That's fair. So, also, another thing is, I guess we kind of already touched on it a little bit. Well, what keeps you motivated? Like, what keeps you continuing to put yourself out there? You post on social media a ton.
Yeah.
You did this event this weekend, which is a ginormous risk, because if no one shows up, that's devastating.
Yeah.
If no one shows up, it's like cancel the whole business.
I hate myself.
Close down Instagram. Move to a whole different country type shit. Like, that would be bad. So what keeps you motivated? What keeps you going, working out, posting the videos, being silly on Instagram like you are? Continue to promote the brand.
My grandpa.
Oh, okay.
So I do know that I have massive potential. I know that. And I've caught on to what I'm capable of doing, but my grandpa has always been an inspiration to me. He had his own business. He came from nothing, lived in Mexico, came here, got his citizenship, had a business, and just like made something out of himself. That he was a hard ass cowboy, country, like my everything. And I had a very rough childhood, very, very rough, very poor. And my grandpa would take me to Mexico over long weekends, or he had a ranch.
Okay.
I'm a ranch girl.
Okay.
And he would take me to Mexico with him, and we would just do everything. Fishing. My grandma always tried to get me to cook and clean, and you're supposed to do this. And I'd be like, peace, I'm going with grandpa, we're out. And grandpa and I would go to the ranch, and we would ride horses and fish, and I would just watch him hunt. And he had a lion. He also had bobcats.
A lion?
He had a lioness. Yeah. Whoa. And I mean, Mexico, you could do whatever you want.
You can in Texas,
my cousin picked me up in a big old truck, and we were like 12 years old.
Yeah, you can do that in Texas. So there's more tigers in Texas than there is in all of the wild.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, people own.
I don't condone it. I tell you that. I love animals. I don't like zoos very much, but I'll go to a zoo. But I still feel bad the whole time. I feel bad for the animal. Zoos are kind of the same thing with my grandpa's lion. I was always like, oh, poor lion, but she's so cute. Her face would light up when she saw my grandpa. She would turn into a kitten, fall down on her belly, and he would stick his hand, and she would just. It was crazy. It was freaking crazy.
I love it.
But he was my everything, and we lost. We didn't keep in touch the way I wanted after like my 20s. I just became like a party animal, and I was so involved with boys and just like shit. And then I found out that he was sick, and he had cancer. And so I spent about the last year and a half that he had, once I found out, visiting him and seeing him as much as I could. But when he passed away, it sounds crazy because I wasn't even there mentally. Like, I really wasn't into physical fitness. And when he passed away, I felt like something hit me, and I was like, I want my own business.
So when was this? What year?
What was that?
What year?
It was about. It was in 20. Was it 2020? Yeah, I want to say 20. It was in 2020.
Oh, so this is recent.
Yeah. Well, he passed away. I don't even have it written down. He passed away. Naya was about, so maybe like a year ago or so. No, yeah, it was a little over a year ago, because I remember calling my grandma and we were talking not too long ago. So yeah, a little over a year and some months or something. And when, I don't know, it's like weird when you feel like you're meant to do something, I don't know. It just like hit me.
I know what you mean.
I don't even know how to explain it. I was just like, I'm going to have a business, and I'm going to do something to make him proud. And I'm going to be I am this generation's version of my grandpa, is what was coming to my head.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't know. All my cousins are successful, and my brothers and sisters have good jobs and stuff. But I was like, no, I have his story. He came from nothing and made something, and that's where I'm at. I'm like, I'm coming from. I also had nothing. My parents, unfortunately, suffered with a lot of alcohol abuse and drug abuse, and so growing up very poor, I just want to be like him. I want to have that life, that dream house, and the kids, and just, I don't know, make my path.
That's beautiful. That was good. No, I like that. You want to be this generation's version of him.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a cool way to think about it. Go be your generation's version of the person that inspires you.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thanks. I made it up.
That's good. I think we're
came from my head. That's me. You see what I'm capable of?
We're gonna run with that. That's a good one.
Thanks.
Be your version. No, be this generation's version of the person who inspires you. That's the quote of the week.
Let's write it down. It needs to go on Instagram.
It's definitely going on Instagram for sure.
Yeah, and I've watched a lot of videos for anyone who's trying to start their own business. I watched, again, YouTube, watched a lot of videos about tips on how to stay consistent. The algorithm of Instagram, having to post reels, having to go live, all these things matter in order for your face to pop up more on other people's pages.
Absolutely. It's tough. I've talked about it before on here. I hate doing that aspect.
But it's hard.
It's necessary.
You have to constantly be creating something. Like, you have to be on your toes.
True. No, it's true. But I've realized that the more that I continue to get like feedback, and the more that I continue to be like super positive, or like not even necessarily being positive, being real on social media, and then you get that feedback on top of that, I feel that it becomes easier and easier to continue to post. Because that people are receiving the message, that they're listening, that they're actually gaining something from it. And then it stops feeling pointless, and you're like, oh, this really does make someone's day, or this really does help them out today.
Yeah. And those people who message you, thank God for those people, right?
Right. Yes, people who, it's as simple as, I love it now. My group of friends, since Philip came on, and he was talking about how it takes like 2 seconds to like your stuff or whatever.
Yes. Please like and comment.
All my good friends, even like how we do all the time, like me, you, Matt, John, we all just react with emojis to the stories just all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just as simple as that. It doesn't even have to be all that crazy. Because that says a lot already. That you watched it, for one, that you paid attention, that you enjoyed the content, and it is kind of it's not necessarily a cop out, but it is super easy to do it. So it's not as necessarily as meaningful, but it's definitely a very simple gesture that doesn't take a lot of effort at all. That means a lot to people who are trying to create something. Yeah.
And then plus Instagram realizes that, oh, hey, someone likes your stuff. Someone's saving your stuff. We better put your face out there more. People are listening.
It just helps more.
Instagram's listening.
Well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did an Instagram ad, and I got my own ad like 7 times on my other account.
Yeah. Hey, you might like this.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like, no shit. I know. That's me. That's my face. Like,
me, man.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. No shit. Okay, so we are almost at 2 hours. That went by really quick, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's end it like this. So, one thing that I watch the Social Proof podcast a lot. And at the end of the podcast, he likes to ask people for their goals. So that way, when I bring you back on, we can reevaluate the goals and see like how you did, if you hit them, or how close you got, or whatever it may be. So what is your goals for Phierce Fitness going towards the end of 2021?
I would like to have 100 members.
Okay.
That's like my biggest thing is 100. And my hair to be pink. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I like the purple. The
purple looks good.
No, it was just pink.
It was
just pink. So I think my biggest thing is like, hey, I want 100 clients, and Matt and I should be in our house by then. And so my gym is going to be all decked out. And I want to have live classes in person on like every Saturday.
Okay.
Where people in the neighborhood, members, everyone can come, and we're just going to blare music and all work out together in person. For those who live in the South Austin, Kyle Buda area.
Sure. So
those are really it.
100 members, and then start integrating live in-person workouts.
Live,
Okay. How many members you got now?
33,
Ooh,
35.
Okay. So 35 members now.
Yeah.
And where can someone become a member?
At phiercefitness.com.
Why don't you spell that for the people not watching the YouTube version?
Oh, yes. Phierce is spelled with the PH. PHIERCE. Fitness. F as in Frank. ITNESS.com.
And then, so they can go on there.
Phierce Fitness,
and they can sign up for your program. And
yep. And right now, through the month of April, your peeps get a discount.
Oh, my peeps?
Your peeps.
They get a discount? What's the code?
Yes, the code is what's up.
Oh, shit. My podcast has a discount code?
It does, you lucky duck.
You hear that, viewers? Go sign up. And so they can go to phiercefitness.com. Sign up. Mm-hmm. Using the promo code puts them at $10 a month.
It does. $10 a month.
That sounds like a hell of a good deal, man. That's the same price Planet Fitness charges you, and they give you cookies at the end. I'm just saying. I think Phierce Fitness is a better $10 investment. You get a training partner, live workouts, and a friend. A pretty awesome friend at that. So where can they find you on socials?
On Instagram, I am Sophia. No, just kidding. Okay. Business page is Phierce_fitness.
And again, spelled PHIERCE.
You got it. Phierce_fitness.
You have a Facebook page?
It's just Sophia Perez. It's like, I hardly get on Facebook. I try.
You gotta get a Facebook page.
I need to. I just am not a fan of Facebook.
Inherently, you're going to have more friends on Facebook than you will Instagram.
That's true. Do people still get on that? It's like, I feel like every time I get on, it's like the same 3 people.
My Facebook page for the podcast is much bigger than the Instagram page.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do it. I'll try.
And TikTok.
And what?
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. I do have TikTok. I'm not even sure what my name is because I really just hold on. Let me look it up.
That's another one that's huge.
I just do reels. Okay, so listen. My TikTok is Sophia Perez, and Sophia's with the PH. That's why Phierce is with the PH, in case you don't. Yeah. So
wait.
Sophia Perez 426.
Perez is with a PH?
No, Sophia is with a PH.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Whoa.
Hold on.
I was like, hold up. I've been spelling your name wrong for a while. And Instagram
Sophia
also has
Perez
it wrong.
426.
Sophia Perez 426 is your TikTok. You should make a Phierce Fitness TikTok.
I am. I'm going to have to.
Which, as much as you do the reels on Instagram, you should definitely make a Phierce Fitness TikTok.
Right. I do. I need to.
I have 4 followers on TikTok. My videos on TikTok get an average of 800 to 1,000 viewers.
Oh, look at that. I have 13 followers on Instagram. On TikTok. I didn't even know that.
That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
You can get there. There's a lot of people on TikTok.
Fine.
A ton of people.
I'll do it.
Do it. A Facebook page and a TikTok. Phierce Fitness.
I'm going to do it.
Keep them the same. Phierce_fitness. So that way when people get done watching this, you already have those accounts made. And people can go follow both on Facebook.
I'm going to go do it.
And TikTok.
I'll also post it on my Instagram page. Like my handles in case Phierce Fitness is taken. We'll see.
If it is, we'll find them. Don't worry.
Find it. Find me.
No, we'll find them. Make sure they give you.
We'll find them. Yes.
And we'll make them change it. All right, I need you to change it. Put a 1 at the end. We're the original.
Yes. You hear me? You hear us?
You have an LLC yet? Random question.
I have a sales tax permit.
Oh.
But I do not have an LLC.
Oh, sales tax permit. Ooh, we're going to have to chat about that. All right.
Yeah.
So that was wonderful. Good job.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. That was a lot of fun. I think
It was fun.
I think we hit a lot of good points.
Yeah.
Be this generation's version of the person who inspires you. That's the quote. That's the quote of the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We are out of here.
Bye.
Deuces. Bye, Sophia.